What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Ultra Instinct, an ultimate technique that separates the body from the mind. Basically, when using this technique, the user's body will just move on its own without actually having to think and give your body commands. In this video, I'm going to go over what Ultra Instinct is and all the different forms that you get along with Ultra Instinct. But before we do that, guys, please remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video from me. Basically, let's say someone throws a punch at you. Normally, you would have to see the punch, then think about how you're going to react to the punch. Then your brain has to send signals to your arms or legs to either dodge or block the attack. Then you have to think about what to do next. So let's say you throw a punch back, your brain says right arm, throw a punch, then signals go from your mind to your arm, then the punch happens. Now, this all does take place in like 0.1 of a second. It's very, very fast. But in the world of Dragon Ball, where everyone can move at incredible speeds, this can simply be too long. So basically, this eliminates that 0.1 of a second. Your body will just react without you having to think. But how does one attain Ultra Instinct? And what are the drawbacks? And like I said, how many stages of this technique are there? And then the ultimate question, just how strong of a technique is it? So to start with, theoretically, anybody can use and obtain Ultra Instinct. And you do this by, one, basically you train, plain and simple. Good old-fashioned hard work will eventually pay off, although it's kind of implied in the series that in order to use Ultra Instinct, you have to be being trained by somebody who has awakened Ultra Instinct. So I don't know, it's kind of hit or miss. They really just never bring it up, and maybe it's just because they never brought it up until Weez brought it up. They just never thought to go for that, but, you know, I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. But then the second way is actually unique to Goku. So Goku unlocked Ultra Instinct by pushing himself past his limits and then accidentally absorbing the power of a spirit bomb, though at first he could not activate it at will, having to constantly push himself past his limits, and every time he pushed himself past his limits, he would activate Ultra Instinct. So the next thing I'd like to talk about here is how strong is Ultra Instinct. So Ultra Instinct itself is basically broken. Most normal opponents will not be able to touch you, let alone land any moves, and your attacks are extremely hard to counter. But that being said, it's not exactly a power-up. In most cases, with Goku being a slight exception as usual, you don't really gain any extra strength or power, but you are using the power you already have extremely efficiently. Goku, most likely through his Saiyan ability to power up with bouts of extreme anger or passion, was able to increase his power and speed with Ultra Instinct, but this can actually lead to the drawbacks of Ultra Instinct, and we'll get into those next. So no technique is perfect, and Ultra Instinct is obviously no exception. For starters, there is a huge stamina drain. If one hasn't trained and truly perfected the technique, then the toll on the body from the instant movements will be really great, and the user will not really be able to maintain any form for very long. There is also the need to concentrate and keep a calm heart. If the person using Ultra Instinct gets angry or he gets distracted, he'll basically lose the ability to use Ultra Instinct because now his mind is working on something else other than the fight. Then, there's also the simple fact that it is extremely difficult to attain true Ultra Instinct. So once someone has managed to attain the aura of it, and we'll get into what that means here in a minute, the user will not be able to tap into the true might of Ultra Instinct unless they're backed into a corner like Goku does against Jiren. But what this does is that basically it's pushing you to your limit, so your body is already in a weakened state, and then you're basically just handing full movement over to just your reflexes, and that actually causes more damage to your body that has already been damaged. So by the end of the fight, you're just completely devastated. So once someone who has not mastered Ultra Instinct and is not used to using it stops using Ultra Instinct, all the damage they acquire during the fight instantaneously affects the body, and this can basically completely incapacitate the person that was using Ultra Instinct. So there is a huge drawback if you have not fully mastered the form. So now we're going to go ahead and get into how many Ultra Instinct forms there are. So the real answer to this, honestly, is just one. But I think we can go through all of Goku's Ultra Instinct forms before we get to the final one. So Goku is, of course, the exception, actually having some form of transformations when he does Ultra Instinct. So the first form is Ultra Instinct Sign. So Goku unlocks this form after losing almost all of his energy, then accidentally absorbing the power of his Spirit Bomb. This allowed him to break past his limits and attain the form. In this form, Goku gains a silvery aura, as well as his eyes will gain a silver tint to them. Goku is able to dodge and react to attacks autonomously or without thinking. However, he is not able to attack, since in order to attack, he has to think about what he's going to do. However, what this form does allow Goku to do is conserve energy. He can put all of his energy into charging an attack while dodging, and then he can release all of that energy at once. This form is the easiest to fall out of since it isn't perfected and it has the shortest time limit, and Goku can be knocked out of the form either by himself or after receiving enough damage, and this will require a long time for him to regain his energy, because although the strain on his body wasn't all that great, he did receive strain from actually using Ultra Instinct. The next stage of Ultra Instinct we see Goku use is actually the mastered or the perfect form of Ultra Instinct. So Goku first obtains this form after being pushed into a corner by Jiren, and then basically by calming himself and giving every one of his thoughts over to pure instinct while in the Ultra Instinct Sign form. By doing this, he allowed himself to start attacking as well as blocking, and it caused the Ultra Instinct Sign to evolve into this form. So in this form, Goku's hair and eyes turn silver. He also has a permanent focused expression. He retains his silver aura, although it does gain some trailing lines. This form does seem to give Goku a power-up, although more than likely it is just him putting every bit of energy he has into the battle, making it seem like he has surpassed the gods of destruction, but not actually surpassing them. His speed also increases to the point of afterimages being seen every time he moves, and he is still able to tap into the Saiyan Rage power-up. But this could actually cause him to lose the form, because when he gets angry, he loses concentration, and he falls out of Ultra Instinct. So, while in this form, Goku can attack, defend, and dodge completely autonomously, as well as use his energy much more effectively by controlling it perfectly. However, the stamina drain is still present, since this is not a truly mastered Ultra Instinct. Goku cannot maintain the form long, and as soon as he loses the form, he will be in incredible pain, all the damage from the form being felt immediately. This form also has a time limit, since Goku attained this form by accident as well and cannot effectively maintain it for a long period of time. A little bit of a caveat to this though we have not seen it yet, it is said that Goku has continued to train in this form to the point where it will almost be superior to the next form on this list. That next form being the true Ultra Instinct form. So Goku creates this form as a workaround for Ultra Instinct, and let me explain exactly what I mean by that. This form is technically an evolution of the Ultra Instinct Sign, rather than Mastered Ultra Instinct. Since Mastered Ultra Instinct needs him to be calm and emotionless, this is the way the angels can actually use the form, but it conflicts with Goku's fighting style as a Saiyan. So although Goku does gain a power-up, he cannot fight as effectively, whereas in Ultra Instinct Sign, he has access to his emotions, he just can't attack. So what Goku does is he combines his natural Saiyan nature with the inferior Ultra Instinct form, thus creating his true Ultra Instinct. Though this is still not a perfected Ultra Instinct, in this form, the only thing that changes appearance-wise is Goku's eyes change to the silver of the Ultra Instinct form, and when he powers up, he will have the silver aura. Now, since Goku has full access to his emotions, this form gave him a significant power-up, making him able to surpass Gas after he had his instincts awoken, as well as letting him fight with more clarity than the other forms. However, this form does still come with a time limit, as Goku could not maintain the form for long, and the stresses on the body, though diminished, were not completely gone. So then we have what I like to call the completed Ultra Instinct. So this is not a form Goku has obtained yet. This is the state we see all of the angels in all the time. Basically, when one has mastered Ultra Instinct, so basically, once one has mastered Ultra Instinct, you are just constantly doing it. There are no drawbacks, and you will get all of the benefits of the other forms. So basically, this is the pinnacle of where you can take Ultra Instinct. But guys, that is everything we know about Ultra Instinct as of recording this video. So I don't know, I kind of have mixed emotions about Ultra Instinct. I feel like it's kind of a cop-out to just continuing the Super Saiyan forms. But, you know, it is kind of cool. It does kind of make sense that the goal in fighting would be to not get hit and to land as many hits as possible. And that's essentially what you get when you're using Ultra Instinct. But hey, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about the form. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it? Did I get anything wrong? Do you agree with everything that I've said? Did you know everything that I've said? Drop all those comments down below, and like I said in the beginning, guys, please remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you never miss another video from me, and I will see you guys in the next video.